You're listening to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and here we discuss topics on personal fitness, well-being, and elevation of mind and body. Join us as we help build and grow a community of real, elevated men and women. If you're currently feeling frustrated, flat, and fed up with life, or want to be a physically and mentally elevated individual, you're invited to join us each and every week here on the Real Elevation podcast. Welcome to the RE family and get ready to elevate your mind and body. Welcome to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and today we have another outstanding, informative and elevating show for you. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all first-time listeners to the show, and be sure to stay to the end, where I will share with you all my social media links where you can connect with me as we continue to grow the Real Elevation podcast community. How are you today? Thank you very much. I truly appreciate you joining me on today. Another fantastic episode that we have in store for you. Today we're going to dive into a real hot topic, something that I'm confident you'll find really beneficial. We've got this topic before and maybe had a slightly different perspective looking at it, but it's a topic that's been one of our most popular downloads, and that topic is about the secrets of staying looking and feeling younger and full of energize. So let me ask you this quick question. Have you ever wondered how some people seem to divide time? They look vitalized, they look energized, they look like they've got strength. And these people are maybe in their 40s, 50s, 60s, or even older. And they're still performing, doing the things that when they were in their 30s, still looking and feeling vibrant. Now, it's not any sort of witchcraft. It's not magic. The secret is movement and muscle. So today, we're talking about the 4 essential exercises that will not only have you looking longer, but feeling more vibrant and full of energy for longer. So, the topic, stay young and youthful. 4 must-do exercises to keep you looking and feeling younger for longer. That's stay young and youthful. 4 must-do exercises to keep looking and feeling younger for longer. These movements and activities that we're going to be talking about are simple, nothing complex, but the impact they have on your body and mind is quite profound. So whether you're a busy professional just looking at starting out and investing time in your fitness and your well-being, or you're someone who's looking to kind of reset and reboot your fitness routine, these exercises are going to really help you out, because these are must-dos for keeping that youthful glow, that boundless energy, and keeping you performing and producing at your best. So listen keenly. We're going to start with number 1. That exercise is squats. You can do these with either body weight alone or with a weight like a dumbbell or a barbell. Now, why are these important? Well, simply, squats target multiple muscle groups all at the same time, and we call these compound movements. Yeah, so we're talking about the front of your legs, your quads, the back in terms of your glutes, your hamstrings, and when done with correct form, they will also target your core area. So when we're talking about the core, we're talking about your internal, external obliques, your six-pack or your abdominal belly area, and your lower and upper back. That is what we generally call the core. And as that compound movement, then not only will build lower body strength, so in your legs, but also will help you to improve your mobility and stability. Now, one of the things I've seen for people that they struggle with and suffer with when they get older is lack of mobility and lack of stability. So this is why squats are an essential component to offset that lack of mobility and lack of stability happening. Squats are crucial. They're a crucial exercise for maintaining functional strength. So when we talk about functional strength, that's just your ability to do everyday things. Things like walking, standing, picking up the grandchildren, picking up something from the garage or outside the boot of the car. These are what everyday tasks that for many people that don't have good strength in their legs cannot do that. Now, the benefits of doing these type of exercises And the benefits that will keep you youthful, is that they keep your legs strong. They'll keep the legs agile, keep the legs strong, which is essential for longevity. They promote better posture. And because we're dealing with large muscle groups, some of the largest muscle groups in the body, as I mentioned, the quadriceps, the glutes, the hamstrings, they're also essential for helping us to burn off calories. So if your goal is to manage your weight more effectively, working the legs, doing exercises like squats are essential. So they're going to help with your weight management and keeping a very strong, good, attractive physique. Now, the flip side, if you're not doing these type of exercises, neglecting squats can lead to the legs becoming weak. Now, we don't want weak legs because obviously all the positives that we talked about being agile, being mobile, having good stability, mobility, we will put ourselves at increased risk of struggling with those issues. So if we don't have good mobility, good posture, good stability, we put ourselves open to risks such as back pain, back problems, and injuring our back. Poor lower body strength can also contribute, as I mentioned, to poor posture, which can lead to joint pain and limit our mobility over a set period of time. So I've seen this with many of the clients that I've worked with, especially older clients, how they almost become afraid of doing squat type exercises because they think it's going to exacerbate a pain. But the key thing to remember, when done correctly, with done the right technique and the right load, these exercises can have a massive effect on the way we just work and interact in our everyday lives. So number one, squats, key exercise and must-do exercise in order to keep ourselves looking and feeling youthful and all day energized. Number two, deadlifts. Again, these can be done weighted or they can be done with just your body weight. Now, let me just interject here. Now, these exercises, if you're not exactly sure how to do them, I'm going to leave a link in the show notes so you can check them out in terms of video demonstrations. And one of the key things I talk to my clients about, especially when I'm working with them online, is that any exercise I talk about or instruct them to do, there will be a clear, concise demonstration that they can access via the app. So it takes out all the guesswork. It helps them to make sure they're executing the exercise correctly. So all the exercises that we're talking about today, all the activities, there will be a link in the show notes so you can go check those out to make sure you know exactly what we're referring to when we're talking about these exercises. So, as I mentioned, deadlifts, number two. Why is it important? So, deadlift is one of the most effective exercises for full body strength. When we're doing a deadlift, and when we're doing a deadlift correctly, it engages all the muscles in the posterior chain. So, we're talking about the muscles in the back. So, we're talking about things such as the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back, and obviously, again, similar to the squat, it helps engage and work the core. These exercises improve our functional strength. So we're talking about similar things, lifting, bending, and also they will help, doing deadlifts, promote much better posture and preventing back pain. Now I can tell just by looking at people, typically what type of exercises they do. I can often see, spending time with people, where they have weaknesses in terms of the way they hold themselves, in terms of their posture. Now, many people, when it comes to having bad posture, they're usually not aware of it. But one of the simple ways that you can rectify bad posture is by including deadlift exercises. The benefits, that's going to help you keep youthful when you're doing deadlifts. They help to maintain a strong, stable back, which is obviously essential for having that upright, good posture. You've seen that typical or that stereotypical look of the old person with the shoulders rounded, chin down towards the chest slumped forward. No one wants that posture. But if we're not doing exercises such as deadlifts, we put ourselves more at risk of succumbing to that type of posture. Deadlifts are always great as well to help keep you young. They rev up your metabolism because you're using and working those big muscles again, and help to maintain lean muscle mass, which obviously is essential for keeping our energy levels up through the day. So this is why doing deadlifts is a key exercise to helping us keeping youthful and energized. Now the dangers, if we don't include these exercises as part of our training or exercise or physical activity routine, is that it can weaken your back muscles and lead to poor posture and obviously chronic back pain, where we spend a lot of time and money trying to fix that. So this is why the deadlift is a key exercise to try to offset that happening. They'll increase your risk of injury, as I mentioned, especially when we're lifting heavy objects. For a lot of people, when they're going to do these simple tasks such as picking something out of the car or twisting and squatting and getting up out of the seat of a car, getting something from the garage or the greenhouse, or bending down to pick up their grandchildren, this is when back injuries often occur, doing simple tasks. But if we're keeping ourselves strong by including this type of exercise, the deadlift, our risk of this happening is significantly lower. So, deadlifts, make sure that we're looking to include these deadlifts into our exercise routine. Do you ever wonder about upgrading your health but aren't sure where to start? Imagine having a clearer understanding of your well-being, gaining confidence through self-awareness, and even having the chance for a free one-on-one health consultation. Sounds amazing, right? Well, you're in luck. We have something special just for you. Introducing our exclusive health quiz appraisal. This quick and easy quiz is designed to help you understand your health better and identify areas where you can improve. By completing our health quiz appraisal, you'll gain empowering insights, understand your health better with personalized feedback tailored just for you, build confidence, boost your self-awareness, and take charge of your health and fitness journey. Get exclusive access. Have the opportunity to receive a free one-on-one health consultation with one of our expert holistic fitness coaches. Imagine feeling more in control of your health, having the right guidance to make positive changes the way you want. It's all possible with just a few minutes of your time. So don't wait. Head over to hendricksholistic.com/survey right now and take the first steps towards a healthier, more confident, leaner, stronger you. That's hendricksholistic.com/survey. We can't wait to see you there. Remember, your health is your wealth. Take the quiz today and start your journey to a better you. Number 3, plank variations. So why are planks important? Planks are a core strengthening exercise. They're a staple exercise that, for myself as a coach, I often encourage people to do. By doing these variations of planks, we're not only engaging our abdominals, but also working muscles that are located in our lower back. We're working our shoulders, we're working our arms, we're working our glutes when done correctly. And I must underline and underscore that point. We need to be making sure that we're doing it with the correct technique. Planks help build a solid foundation for overall body strength, stability, and balance. So again, when you're doing these planks and different variations of planks, yes, you are engaging and working your core muscles, but the body as a whole is developing strength and stability and balance. So this is why it's important to include planks and plank variations if we are serious about keeping ourselves youthful, having our energy vitalized so we can perform and produce at our best. Now, the benefits of obviously doing planks include developing a strong core, and a strong core is essential to keeping ourselves active and agile. Planks, when done correctly, can help improve our posture and enhance our balance. So you heard me talk about this before. When we have a strong core, you've got to understand about the core. It's almost like a foundation. When we have a strong core, and you heard me mention earlier, we're not just talking about the abdominals, we're talking about deep lying muscles, talking about the internal, external obliques, talking about upper and lower back, they all make our core. When that core is strong, we can do things much, much more effectively because we have that good foundation. Once we have that good foundation, we've got that strong core, we can help boost our overall endurance to do things for longer. So we can do activities, we can stay active for much longer. And, from a vanity point of view, let's not beat around the bush. If we've got a strong core, it's going to help that midsection look nice and toned, which is always a nice thing to have, having a nice toned midsection. I'm not talking about having a washboard six-pack, but if we have a nice toned area, it's always more aesthetically pleasing and it looks more attractive. So that always helps to looking youthful. If you see someone who's got a nice toned midsection as opposed to someone who perhaps doesn't, they're always going to look more useful. So it's a key thing to make sure we're including these exercises when we're on that quest to keep ourselves with youthful and younger all-day energy. And let's be honest, these exercises are, in my opinion, safer to do than your traditional sit-ups and crunches because people often do those wrong. Whereas with a plank, you can integrate simpler variations, for example, starting off on your knees and then progressing on to doing these full planks on your toes. And as I mentioned, doing the different types of variations. Now, if we're not doing these type of exercises, obviously, the detriment and the downside is that we can lead to weak core muscles and lead to poor posture, which can lead to back pain and lead to loss of stability and balance. So this is why we need to be doing exercises such as planks that's going to help to offset the risk of those things happening. So if we're not in a position where we've got good posture, we haven't got that strong balance and stability, this can lead to these simple everyday movements like standing, getting up and out of a chair, bending down. They can all become much more challenging and much harder. So we need to ensure that we have a nice, strong, supportive core in order to keep ourselves looking younger, feeling more youthful, and having that all-day energy. So let's quickly recap on what we're talking about today and cover the points that we've done so far. We're talking about stay young and youthful. 4 must-do exercises to keep looking and feeling younger for longer. So we said number 1, squats. You can do these with just your body weight, or you can do them with some weights such as a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or a barbell. Number 2, we said deadlifts. Again, you can do these with a barbell, a kettlebell, or a dumbbell. We said this is important because it helps with our posterior chain, so the muscles at the back of the body are going to help keep strong, keep energized, and keep us helping to hold good posture. And number 3, we just talked about plank variations to build that strong core. It's a staple exercise, a safe exercise when done correctly, that works not just the abdominal area, but helps increase our overall strength. And finally, now, number 4, this is not a specific exercise as such, but it's a type of exercise activity. And we're talking about HIIT training, high intensity interval training. Now, why is this important? Now, HIIT training combines short bursts of intense exercise with periods of rest or low activity. So you heard me talk about the importance of doing cardiovascular exercise. This is a form of cardiovascular exercise that improves your cardiorespiratory fitness, but also helps to build muscle and burn off fat all at the same time. Now, it is quite an intense form of exercise, so for someone maybe starting off, this is something that you'd look to build up to, or you'd speak to a coach or a trainer and get some advice about the right level to start off, so you're not doing anything that's going to cause any significant damage. It's a great form of exercise which also helps to enhance your energy levels, helps to build up your stamina, but it all does it in a short amount of time. So it's a really good exercise where you get really good bang for your buck. So this is something that I would encourage people to do. Now, the benefits, we just talked on a few there, but it helps stimulate the release of human growth hormone, which is essential for fat loss and muscle growth. So as we age, we know we become more at risk of these type of hormones slowing down in terms of the production, but doing these type of exercises can really stimulate the release of human growth hormone, or HGH, which is obviously very, very important. Also, it will help to increase your metabolism long after the hours of exercise. So we talk about this being the EPOC effect, the post-exercise oxygen consumption, which is an effect that takes place after you've actually finished the actual workout. So yes, you're going to be burning off calories, you're going to be utilizing the muscles while you're energized and doing the exercise at a particular time. But after the exercise, doing HIIT training or high-intensity interval training also has an EPOC effect, which is the effect after you finish exercising. So it's helping you to maintain good body composition and leaner physique. This type of training can really help to complement your strength work. So doing those other exercises as well, such as the squats, the deadlifts, and we mentioned about the planks. Now the dangers, if we're not doing this type of exercise, we need to be doing some form of cardiovascular exercise. That's a given anyway. But doing cardio exercises like HIIT training, we're going to miss out on building out our endurance and our ability to improve our stamina over a period of time. We're going to miss out on building our heart strength. And we also know that missing out on not doing or not including cardiovascular exercises will help or decrease our metabolism, which we obviously don't want to do. We want to keep our metabolism really high. That's going to help us burn off calories, keep us more energized. And we do that by including strength training, but also doing the right amount of cardiovascular exercise. And we don't want that because that can lead to having low energy, feeling fatigue. Obviously, if we're not moving effectively, that can affect with our ability to manage our weight well. And as we age, we know we become open, or our risk increases to certain types of conditions such as heart disease. So we don't want to do that. So this is why it's important that we keep ourselves fit, healthy and well and strong by including cardiovascular exercise. And cardiovascular exercise that's really good is HIIT training, high intensity interval training. So they are the 4 key exercises that I'm encouraging you to do. Stay young and youthful. 4 must-do exercises to keep you looking and feeling younger for longer. So we're talking about squats, we're talking about deadlifts, we're talking about different plank variations, and we're talking about cardiovascular exercise, but in specific terms, looking at including HIIT training, high intensity interval training. So I am confident that when you look or you consider integrating or incorporating these exercises into your routine, not only will you build strength, not only will you feel good, not only will you build functional fitness, but you'll also unlock vitality and vast amounts of energy, and you'll look and feel younger. Trust me, I am walking and living proof, and my clients are walking and living proof, because these are the exercises that I encourage them to do. All at different levels, but the foundation and the principles remain the same. We want to live longer, but we want to live longer well. We want to live longer with youthful energy. We want to live longer with vital, energized energy. And we do that by including these type of exercises regularly into our routine. Now, what we'll say, if you're unsure about any of this, it's also very important to seek professional expert advice by speaking to a trainer who's qualified, a holistic practitioner, or a coach, someone who can advise you on the right way to perform these exercises, and obviously to make sure you're doing it at the right load with the right technique, and to make sure they are appropriate for you. So that's very important that I mention that, because while I'm encouraging people to do these exercises, you need to make sure it's right and appropriate for you to do them. I will, as I mentioned, leave some links down in the show notes so you can go check them out. And if you have any questions, obviously, please reach out to me. You can contact me on all my social media hooks and links. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Just look for Mike Hendricks. On Facebook, just look for Mike Bobby Hendricks. On Instagram, you'll find me under the handle Hendricks Holistic 44. And why not subscribe to our YouTube channel? Again, I'll leave a link in the show notes so you can go check that out. So I appreciate your time today. I am confident you found today's episode insightful, uplifting, and inspiring. Until next time, remember, be well, be wise, be cool, be calm, and keep it real. Until next time, blessings and chi. Peace.